Check that certain box and you think only the merchant you're doing business with will have your email address, and they will keep it safe, snug, and warm in their embrace, never once thinking about using it for their own greedy purposes. The only question one would ask, if you indeed believe that, is, what alternate dimension of reality have you been residing in? Reality sets in. Welcome back to MidPoint. The chairman and founder of Identity Theft 911 and the former director of the New Jersey Division of Consumer Affairs, Adam Levin. Adam, always a pleasure to see you again.
Hey, Ed, how are you?
It's another day in paradise, my friends, and I'm just glad I'm not signing up for anything on email right now that wants my addresses in light of what Radio Shack has done. This caught a lot of people here. 13 million email addresses, 65 million customer names. They're going out of business, so they're going to sell it. There goes any thought whatsoever that your stuff belongs proprietarily to the merchant that you're dealing with, right?
No, it's very true. Now, in the Borders case a few years ago, there were questions about whether the FTC might have looked the other way on that. Case law has been evolving, by the way, that's a bit more on the consumer side, but a lot of it resolves itself to those magic words that are on the website or in the store where you do business, which is, what is their privacy policy? Now, with Radio Shack, they had a very clear privacy policy. We will not sell, we will not rent any information you share with us. It's just yours and ours. We're just one big happy family. Unfortunately, nobody anticipated the fact that they would be going bankrupt. And this is the reality of the world we live in now, is when you go to a store that you like and they ask you for information which many people are more than willing to give because they want to build the bond with that retailer and get to know the very best deals possible and be treated like retail royalty, they don't know that in 5 years that store could be bankrupt, merged, gobbled up by somebody else, sell different assets to people. That's the problem, and that's why we need to think more about it. We need clearer privacy policies, and we need tougher enforcement of those privacy policies.
Adam, one of the great South Park episodes of all time was the one where they talked about Apple computers and checking off that terms of agreement box and what happens and how they own you after that. Is it just not fair to say that we don't read them? I don't know one person who's ever read the entire terms of agreement, and if we did, we would either be A, completely confused, or B, never want to do business with another retailer again in our lives.
Oh no, the problem is that it's in mouse print, even the mice can't read it, I think, and it's written in 27th grade English. So when you combine 27th grade English with mouse print, you have a problem. And it jumps up at you and you go, I just want the product, click. Or I'll sign wherever you want me to sign. You don't think about it because you go, what could possibly happen to me? Well, 1 billion breached personal information files later, you tell me what could happen to you.
What is it then that a consumer can do knowing that they want to work with the retailer, they want to get the deals, but they don't want to watch their stuff being sold when they go out of business? Is there anything the consumer can really do?
Well, the good news is that in the particular situation with Radio Shack, there are 25 attorneys general, or if not more at this point, who are opposing the auctioning off of this personal identifying information. But as consumers, if you're willing to make the Faustian bargain, and for many people it really is a Faustian bargain, either I want what you have or I want the convenience that you're offering me in return for which I'm giving you a little of my information, remember that the second you do that, you become the product. You become the Radio Shack inventory that's being auctioned off. In the world we live in now, when you have more and more online operations, the only real assets they have of meaning is the information concerning their customers, both the personal identifying information and the purchasing habits of consumers. So you just, as a consumer, have to keep that in mind, and then you have to stay alert and you have to be watching your bank accounts, your credit card accounts, your credit. These are the kinds of things. This is part of the trade. If you don't want to do that, that's fine. But no, when you go into the store and they ask you for something, you're going to say no. They're going to go fine, but you may not be offered some of the discounts or the loyalty benefits.
And there it is, and we want to tell people, Adam Levin just put it best, you are the product. Realize that, and you will suddenly have a new appreciation of what goes on. Adam, it's always a pleasure to have you on the show, my friend. We thank you so much for joining us. We'll look forward to the next time, and when we come back, light and your screens.